Ladies and gentlemen, Edwin Sifuna is the ODM Secretary General, someone who speaks on behalf of the party. Another thing, Edwin Sifuna is also the senator for Nairobi County, a metropolitan, somewhere where he was elected by almost 800,000 votes, huge than any other part of this country. Therefore, Edwin Sifuna has so far a lot to answer, particularly following the nomination of his top leadership, the people who are holding the ODM party, that is the two acting party leaders, Joho and Oparanya, and also the chairman and the minority leader in the National Assembly, Opi Wandai, to William Ruto's cabinet to hold various critical dockets. Now, Edwin Sifuna today in the morning, I watched his show on Citizen TV, and he was actually being asked questions by Trevor Mbija, and I saw him seriously struggling, not just struggling, showing his brilliance, trying to maneuver around. And on this video here, I want to give him unsolicited advice on what he needs to do. Before I do that, kindly, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Now, Edwin Sifuna of late, he has been showing a lot of brilliance when it comes to debates on various televisions, actually mainstream medias. He has been always showing how knowledgeable he is on various aspects, particularly in the running of the government. To be specific now here, he has been criticizing the government at the topmost voice, because he has been showing how good he is, how wrong the government is, and how good they should do things in the country. Now, Edwin Sifuna right now, he was one of the people who was saying that ODM party will never be part of government. He's one of the people who criticized some of the possibilities ODM having its members joining Kenya Kwanza government. He called that William Ruto's people are incompetent, and all these times has been showing the country that ODM cannot be part of government, and that the government is failing Kenyans and they should go home in totality. But right now, people were selected from his party and were nominated by President Ruto to go and join his cabinet, and none has come out to reject this kind of nomination, and all of them actually, like Joho, congratulated the president and told him, I'm ready to come and serve the government, of course. Now in this case here, Edwin Sifuna has really been followed by huge questions. Even he reached a point now he's saying he's not speaking as Edwin Sifuna, he's speaking as on behalf of the party as the Secretary General. And he said if he starts speaking as an individual, he should quit the party then and leave other people to take over the party. Actually, Edwin Sifuna even insisted that ODM is not part of the government right now, and that Mbadi and the other three guys who joined the government, who were nominated actually, are not acting so on behalf of the party, which is not completely true. It's very clear that these people went there as a result of the agreement of the party. Therefore, in this today here, what is my advice? Before I give the advice, kindly, if once again this is the first time you're watching our videos, take a moment and kindly hit that subscription button. And after watching our videos, let me see your comment and actually I'll give a sincere feedback on what you say there. Now, what should Edwin Sifuna do? The first thing on my list here today is that he should honorably resign as the ODM Secretary General and say, I cannot preside over a party whose principles have been gone against by the top leadership. And they say, okay, let me relieve myself as ODM Secretary General, join and be a common ODM member, and fight for my senatorial seat. As simple as that. Why am I saying so? Sifuna has been very serious saying that the principles of ODM, actually even this morning he said the principles of ODM and the principles of other parties, particularly the Kenya Kwanza government, are completely opposite, and these people working together, it can't work, which is true. We all expect maybe going forward, not even a year down the line, these people will not be the same again, because whatever they'll be pushing is completely different. They have no bargaining power in government. Therefore, they just be used right now to get out of this issue to do with Gen Z and millennial protest, and once it is done, they'll now start being misused, because already they'll be seen as rejects. They'll be seen as traitors. Already they have left the Gen Z and millennial issues and they joined Ruto and Raila's wishes. So that means that, of course, they will fail. And if Edwin Sifuna does not resign right now, he will have huge challenges going forward, because already he will be representing a party which has already been branded as traitors by the people who have failed in government or have failed to coordinate themselves within the government. That is the first one. The second one, Edwin Sifuna as an individual, he should have principles. Most people in the country right now regard him as a brilliant leader who can lead this country again very well. I feel that even Gen Zs, if Edwin Sifuna comes out, we can completely support him. Gen Zs as millennials, of course, we can support him as a presidential candidate because he's young, knowledgeable, and ready to serve Kenyans. And actually, if that's really happened, that he has resigned and is partyless, we are going to support Edwin Sifuna. Personally, I can do that because he is brilliant, he has the ability to perform, and I see the kind of charisma in him when he's articulating issues that are affecting Kenyans. I feel that he is good on that. Now, another thing I want to say is that Edwin Sifuna witnessed the killings that occurred in Parliament. During this time, he's one of the people who saw how Kenyans were killed there. Some of them, so actually the police using live bullets, and even there's a video that showed this Edwin Sifuna telling the police officers, stop using live bullets. Those are our children. Let them come into parliament. Why do I say this story? Why do I remind you about this? Because I'm saying it will be difficult, Edwin Sifuna, to now say the same government that killed the youths of Kenya is good. The same Ruto who was the president who kept quiet as these Kenyans was killed is good. That the same Kindiki who has been working to ensure that Kenyans have been abducted, that now he has turned all of a sudden to be good. Therefore, Edwin Sifuna, he has to do an honorable thing. They associate themselves with all these shenanigans that are happening in the government, where people are being given positions here and there, so that he can also have his principles and manage his character. Because he needs to find a team, of course, but team that really stands by its principles. Right now, Raila Amolo Odinga has been taken to be a political prostitute, jumping from one place to another. Because he leaves one place, he goes to the other. That is the same case that Jalango did and actually was castigated all across. That's the same thing that some other MPs, senator like the senator of Kisumu County, Tom Ojienda, when he joined the government, he was castigated across. Right now, they are now in the government. Raila has done the same thing and nobody's talking about. And going forward now, considering what is happening, the country is now going to conduct the opposition in the country. And if those in government, if Sifuna and the ODM party will be part of government, then there's a likelihood that you are going to have people really being against ODM as large. Actually, the entire ODM, and Sifuna being one of them, will be a victim as well, and he will suffer for that. Therefore, it is honorable Edwin Sifuna to take that solid decision and resign as the ODM Secretary General. Hold on as a party leader, as a member of the party. But when it comes to 2027, let him resign early enough and let us see him in the ballot with someone else, maybe or partner up with Gen Zs and millennials and become a presidential or maybe a deputy president candidate in this country. And that will move on. Another thing I want to say here is that if ODM continues to allow these people join government as cabinet secretaries and then they fail to perform, Edwin Sifuna will take the blame. Okay, you'll take the blame, and because he is the one who is majorly used on public platforms, particularly on the TVs. Also, if you see another thing here I want to say, it is that if these leaders, to be honest, they fail as a party, they fail to perform completely, they disappoint the Kenyans at large, that means Edwin Sifuna will sink with them. And now he has to rescue himself by ensuring that he has resigned once again early enough. What does he need to do now if he resigns? Just rebuild himself. Rebuilding himself, and rebuilding himself. If he does that, that means he's going to completely sweep these streets in Kenya, particularly with the support of the Gen Zs, particularly in Nairobi. Why am I saying so? In Nairobi, Edwin Sifuna has been performing well. He has been performing in various committees that he has been chairing. He has shown who he is. Right now, he has nothing to fear. But if he feels that the party might really leave the government once again, or these nominees might reject, then he should hold back and stay in the party. Another thing I want to say, if the ODM party at some point, particularly Raila Amolo Odinga, speaks and says, we've gone to the ODM party, we've gone to the government, we are joining William Ruto, then that means Edwin Sifuna's word that he said this morning on TV, that the ODM is not part of government, will have been deemed useless. How do I mean by that? It will be used that he's now lying to Kenyans. Why am I saying so? Because he said that ODM is not part of the government. And if he says that ODM has now, if someone else now from the ODM comes and says that we are working with William Ruto, then that means Edwin Sifuna is no longer active, is no longer the SG. Maybe could have been demoted before and he didn't know about that. So to save his dignity, to save his personality, to save his career from the public, from being destroyed by the public, for him to keep his dignity as a youthful leader in the country, let him resign and then give other people chances to lead the ODM. That is my video there and there. I can leave that once again. If this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Also, to add on that, let me see your comment section whether ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna should resign or not. See you next time for another videos.